This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. The one, the only ape father up all night on the recliner. Wow! So I've been watching a lot of like motivational videos on YouTube. Like you could do a search. The first million is the hardest. If you just do a search on YouTube, there's like so many videos that come up, and it's from very successful people. And you know what's funny? They all have the exact same message. They say the first million is the hardest because of the following reason. It's not because of anything like that you do. It's about the person that you are. See, I want you to understand this. See, because a lot of times people feel to make your first million, there's like some sort of an action, meaning like you start some sort of a business or you invest in some sort of a stock, blah, 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 blah. What they're saying is it's the person. This is the key that you need to become to make the first million. So let me explain to you what I mean by that. You have to have a certain mindset that separates you from 99% of the whole world. Okay. And if you could accomplish that mindset, okay, where you have such conviction in what you're doing and such drive and such confidence that you work harder than most. You see, you don't realize, but I work very hard on YouTube. A lot of people they break my chops. What do you do for a living? I told I keep saying the same thing. I worked in sales for 20 plus years. Okay, which is how I earned my money. Everyone's got this thing where they think that I inherited money. My father, it was his choice, decided to give his inheritance to my children, his grandchildren, and it's all this is all documented. It's like that's it. It was his choice. I don't want to get into personal family business. I love my father. This is what he wanted, and I respect it. Okay. And my children have a wonderful, wonderful trust fund set up. The people that they think I'm living off my wife, the disability. The crazy thing, and I don't really want to share this, but I'll share it. My wife got turned down for Social Security disability because they based it on when she stopped working, and something like she didn't qualify because, see, people naturally think that if you have breast cancer or if you have cancer, that you automatically get Social Security disability. It's horrible because they cheated her because it was based on like she stopped working at a certain date. Okay, and she worked. My wife was a very hard worker. I mean, she worked for the New York Stock Exchange. She definitely put her time in, and she was a confidential secretary. She worked in the enforcement division, but she stopped working. After 9/11, she wasn't feeling well. She didn't have the strength for commuting, and it's a long story. But based on when she stopped working, they actually denied her Social Security disability. So all these people, they don't know what they're talking about. I worked very hard in my life. Everything I have, I worked for it. Period. Okay, I wasn't given anything. You're all nut jobs. Okay, but getting back, I worked very, very hard on YouTube. And I put a lot of my energy and my time into this. If you think this is easy, you try doing it. Go start a YouTube channel and you'll see how hard it is. Okay, to try to keep people engaged, to keep people interested, to keep people motivated, laughing, to keep people entertained. It's not easy work, what I do. Okay, and I'm building this because I really want to build YouTube as a career. That's the direction I want to go. But at the same time, when AMC Boazes and when GameStop Boazes, that's going to make me a millionaire. But the reason why I know I'm going to be a millionaire with GameStop and with AMC, I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because I have the right attitude. And everybody is trying to, all these internet trolls and all these haters, they're all trying to get me down mentally. With their like, you FOMO by AMC, you FOMO by GameStop. And they're doing everything in their power to try to tear me down mentally. But it doesn't work because I'm holding, baby. I don't care how long I have to hold. I have a house. I have a family. I'm okay. I'm not struggling. I eat out every night. I have some gold. I have some silver. My children are taken care of. Thank you, Dad, my dad. He took care of his grandchildren. They have an amazing trust fund. So it's like when they turn 21, they're set up. So I'm in a position in my life where I can hold. Now, listen, nobody likes being down, but I'm only down on paper. This is what you don't understand. You know what I learned something is I went to a casino, and one day I was up. I was at the, I believe this was at the Tropicana, and I was up like something like $15,000. I was winning like crazy. $100 on 19, 3,500 I hit. $100 on 18, hit it. $100 on 16, hit it. $100 on 27, hit it. I was like crazy. I was like winning. I mean, not like back to back, but just maybe winning every like 4 or 5 spins with $100 chips. And I was like dancing. I was so excited. And what that dealer said to me stood with me my whole life. I'll never forget this. She said, "You see all those chips you got? I had like $500 chips, purple chips. They were all stacked up. Three, like they look like the Roman, those the columns, that like back in the days of Caesar. I had 3 columns like this, all purple chips, 5,000 each. Each one was 5,000, so it was 10 purple chips, 3 columns of 10 purple, so it was a total of 30 purple chips. She looked at me, she goes, "You see all of that money?" I said, "Yeah." "See all those chips?" She goes, "It's not yours." So I was like, "What are you talking about? It's mine." I said, "I won. What are you talking about?" She goes, "Until you stop gambling, until you cash out all these chips and you go to the parking lot, get into your car and drive far, far away from this place, then it's yours. As long as you're still in this, it's ours." Okay. And I really feel that's the same exact concept with Wall Street. It's like until you sell, it's real. When you sell, it's real. That's it. So if you sell at a loss, it's real. If you sell at a gain, it's real. But until then, it's all imaginary. It's all like Peter Pan, the plane, Fantasy Island. That's why it's like you look at your portfolio, you should never really look at your dollar amount. Just the shares. Look at your shares because shares never go down. They can only go up. You understand? So I try to do that. I try to stop looking at the dollar amount because psychologically you could get mentally sick, especially if you're down a significant amount of money like I am currently, but it's only down on paper. It's not real. It could change just like that. Okay? So getting back, that's how you become a millionaire. Remember, it's not what you do, it's the person you become. You have to become someone so mentally strong that you could take stress that 99% of the world cannot take. That you could be strong when everyone is weak. You understand? You could be strong. Okay, it's like Warren Buffett always said, what was it? Be greedy when others fear. Remember that. And be fearful when others are greedy. So that's it. You have to have that mindset. And they said that after you make your first million, the second million is much easier. It becomes a much easier process because the reason is that you have become a person who is capable of making millions. You have the right mindset. You understand? And if you don't have the right mindset, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to be a millionaire. That's the bottom line. AMC and GameStop to Pluto. And remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer.